Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming and Plague Inc. Evolved. Alright, so let's continue working down our list of diseases and knock some more out on Mega Brutal before we move on to those custom scenarios. Looks to me like the next one on our list would be the Prion, so let's go ahead and do that. Now I do believe it is pronounced Prion. I've pronounced it Prion in the past, but I did a little research, which means I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it said it was Prion, so I'm going to call it Prion from now on. Of course, if I'm wrong, I have no doubt some people are going to leave some very nasty messages for me in the comment section, but oh well. What can you do? The Prion is a it's pretty bland as far as the disease types, but it does have one twist that kind of throws off your playstyle, so let's see if we can make this work. Now, as far as our genetic codes, Metabolic Jump is probably okay? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll stick with it. Let's stick with Metabolic Jump. Genetic Mimic is probably going to be a necessity for us. I mean, we could increase the chances that we'll mutate some abilities or something else, but you could, of course, go for the Darwinist and Translesion plus Synergy, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think we'll stick with Genetic Mimic. Go for Aquaside and Extremophile, of course, and Symptostasis. The fact that we're going to be easier to cure is a problem, but the fact that we can keep symptom costs under control might work out in our favor, so we'll try it. Mega Brutal. Now, this does look like some sort of dangly spring thing to me, so we're going to call it Dangly Spring Machine. Oh, I can't fit an E at the end. Alright, we're just going to call it Dangly Spring, based off of an episode that I very much enjoyed done by the Game Grumps. Alright, moving on. Plague Inc., starting low country. Let's go ahead and start in Saudi Arabia this time. We start off in Egypt quite frequently, and I think this will do just fine for us. Now, what's different about the Prion? Well, I closed the message before you could read it, but basically, the concept of the Prion is that it takes longer for symptoms and such to take effect, by a couple of months. So, let's suppose that I want to ramp up my lethality. Okay, great, but the problem is it's going to take a couple months before that really reaches the general populace. It's a much more gradual effect, and that means that the timing of your disease is all thrown off. You know, you might be accustomed to saying, alright, we're at 30 potential cure progress, or something down here, we should start ramping up the lethality. Well, yeah, except with the Prion, maybe you should do it at like 20 or 10% even, because it can take so long that can throw off your game quite a bit. That said, though, this is the first time that I have attempted the Prion on Mega Brutal difficulty, at least in this particular recording session. Apparently I've tried it before, I don't think I ever succeeded, but yeah, if we can make this work, then good. That just tells me that I'm getting better at the game, and I'm learning to think on my feet. But we'll see how that works out for us. Now, I am going for poor countries. Ooh, dear. Okay, anyway, the reason we're going for water early on, I know that Saudi Arabia is an arid country, but because we are playing on Mega Brutal difficulty, and once we hit critical mass in our host country will be guaranteed detected, I'm okay with spreading a little slower in our host country, in favor of the opportunity to spread by boat to other countries early on. Airplanes using new sterilization filters. Okay, that just tells me we definitely will need to get air level 1, which I'm okay with. That shouldn't be a problem. There's Madagascar. Okay, that's cool. Air level 1 should allow us to spread by plane again, as you can see there. Good. Good. Saudi Arabia is a good starting location. I mean, I love Egypt and all because it has 2 ports and it does tend to get around to a lot of the world, but Saudi Arabia really is a good starting country. It really is. This airplane goes freaking everywhere, man. We just got the USA and Brazil right there, which is pretty nice, but we're not getting a lot of points out of these red bubbles. I'm honestly very disappointed. I mean, I was really banking on getting more. Part of it's because, well, actually, now that I think about it, part of it is because our severity is so darn low. Alright, we need to get cold resistance level 1 because we did just infect Russia. And we're going to want Russia to give us a piggyback over to Greenland. Now, Saudi Arabia did just send a plane up to Iceland. That's quite nice. And New Zealand. Good. 2 more islands down for us. Do we want medicine level 1? Yes, I think we do. And we probably want cold resistance level 2 right away as well. Okay, all those are good. Anemia developed for free. I actually don't know if I want any symptoms at all right now. That will increase the likelihood that we're going to get detected, especially since we have infected this many countries early on. So I'm actually going to keep that down. We'll refund those 2 points, because anemia is not actually going to be very useful to me anyway. So let's just take it slow. Let's take it slow. Let's take our time. Let's try not to get infected. The fact that we've actually already hit critical mass in Saudi Arabia and not been detected is very surprising to me. Very surprising indeed. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it, but it's surprising. Let's pick up birds level 1, because I would actually like to spread a little bit more by land. There we go. That seems to have paid some rather severe dividends. I love it. Thank you. Also, Morocco. Good. Did we get Morocco? No, we did not. We got West Africa. Ah, darn. I thought we got Morocco. Morocco does have a tendency of holding out on me, which is shocking just based on its proximity and similar climate to Egypt and Saudi Arabia, my 2 primary starting locations. But still. Let's build up increased understanding of tumors. Okay, we do not want to get tumors. That's what that tells me. Good. We did infect most of Scandinavia, I think. We have infected most of the islands. We're missing Greenland. That is the primary concern for us now. I think we'll be fine as far as Sweden, Central and Eastern Europe, Morocco, Korea. I think we'll be okay. It's just Greenland, and we did get the Caribbean. I missed that entirely, but still. The more we infect Russia, the better. We're picking up a lot of points, and I'm just going to stockpile them. I am going to be greedy hoarder, you know? Just going to... Oh, there we go. Finally detected us in Brazil instead. That's funny. But alright. We're still going to take our time right now, just because they haven't started the cure. Once they announce that they're starting to research the cure, well, we just developed a rash, so that's probably going to happen pretty soon. In fact, actually, let's go ahead and piggyback off of that and grab sweating, because that does make us more dangerous in cold countries, which are the countries that are going to give us the most trouble. Brazil has started working on a cure. Alright, well, it's going to take a while before our symptoms take effect, so let's go ahead and grab insomnia and paranoia. I'm going to grab coughing and pneumonia because we have symptostasis. I'm not worried about their costs increasing, and this again is good for cold climates. Hopefully, though, we're going to get Greenland. I really do need to bank on getting... There's Greenland. I see the boat. There it is. Okay. So Central Europe is the only one missing. Not worried about it. We're going to have birds. Let's go ahead and actually go for skin lesions and necrosis right off the bat. Now, I know that sounds really aggressive, and it is, but we have to be because it's going to take so long for those symptoms to really become widespread and set in that we really need to get some early game lethality, I think. Now, the Prion does have a special ability. It is called neural atrophy. Neural breakdown causes breakdown in concentration. Complex tasks become harder. It's another version of genetic hardening. We can actually pick that up for fairly cheap. 8 points? It's alright, but I think I would rather instead go for, let's say, seizures and insanity. Yeah, seizures and insanity sound pretty good to me. Let's also pick up... what do we want? Cysts, hypersensitivity? For rich countries, that's probably pretty good. I don't think inflammation is very important. The fatality is nice, but not a huge deal. Cysts, hypersensitivity, and paralysis. So we're going to work our way up to coma. And of course, because we have necrosis, the dead bodies will continue to be infective, so I'm not too worried about killing faster than we're infecting. I think we'll end up being okay. Canada is holding out on me a lot, though. Egypt is leading the global cure effort, are they? Well, let's go ahead and get for that coma as quickly as possible so that we can delay that a little bit. Let's go for neural atrophy level 1. See if we can slow them down a teeny bit. It did something, just not much. They're going to be working on this cure very quickly, which is a little scary, and we are not killing very quickly at all. At all. 47 points for total organ failure. We're probably going to need it, to be honest. Whoop, I thought I paused, but I didn't. Let's get that total organ failure. It's going to take a couple months before it really starts to hit the population. How we doing as far as Canada and such? We are still growing, but slowly. The USA is not growing very fast. That's a concern for me. Immune suppression? This allows for additional mutations, which could be nice for us, but I'm not sure we can really afford that, to be honest. We really needed drug resistance level 2, but at this point we've infected so many people that the cost has gone up way higher than we can afford. Maybe we go for something like genetic hardening and neural atrophy in order to slow things down. Just give our... we already have the critical symptoms in place. At this point, we just need to buy time, so... let's do exactly that. Let's buy some time. How are we doing in places like the USA? Gosh, these guys are not spreading very quickly. Not spreading very quickly at all. Dysentery developed for free. It's kind of funny. We are killing a little bit faster now. It's starting to pick up, but it's not quite enough, to be honest. Not enough at all. Okay, well, we're starting to kill a little faster. Let's pick up a genetic reshuffle because we need to buy time. Again, that's the biggest thing, is we're just buying time for us to spread and kill. Spread and kill. The DNA points are starting to roll in a little bit. Not enough. Let's see. We did manage to destroy most of the cure progress already. It's the USA and Canada that are going to cause a ton of problems for us. But again, the more we kill, the more points we're going to get. We are slowing them down automatically. Let's pick up another round of genetic reshuffle, buy us some more time so that our disease can start killing, and at this point, actually, we may have it. Barely, and I mean it when I say barely, but we have destroyed almost 90% of potential cure research. There are no healthy people left on the planet. Okay, good. So we can go ahead and devolve birds and water level 2. Refund at least 3 points. Let's see what we can do with those. Do we care about anything over here? We probably don't need rash anymore. Let's get 1 more point there. Anything else? I'm just going to hold it for the genetic reshuffle just in case. That's going to be my insurance policy. We should be fine. In fact, we're definitely fine. What am I worried about? We're going to be totally fine. Totally fine. Let's do the genetic reshuffle anyway to see if we can eke out a few extra points. And that'll be it. So again, this is all about timing. I kicked up the lethality a lot sooner than I otherwise would with any other disease type, but because it was the Prion, we really had to. So yeah, if you're a veteran Plague Inc. player and you're playing the Prion as on Mega Brutal for the first time, basically, all the habits you've learned, right, do them like much earlier than you usually would, is really the only advice that I can give if you're trying to follow along. Just do everything much sooner than you usually would, and about half the time, I would say. The Prion, you have to be aggressive, alright? And just trust it's going to work out. In fact, I was honestly, there we go, Prion Master, perfect. I was honestly considering starting the lethality before we even infected Greenland, and just trusting that eventually a boat would get its way over there before the lethality really sunk in. I was almost at the point where I was considering doing that. Fortunately, we did not have to. 3 stars is, again, not fabulous, but, you know, it's done. It's off our list. It's finished on Mega Brutal. As far as what we should do next, I don't know. What do you guys think? The Nurex Worm, you know, I've already done it on Mega Brutal, but I haven't done a video on Mega Brutal. My Brutal strategy worked just fine, but I probably should do that at some point. We still have to do, what? Bioweapon, Simian Flu, and what else, actually? I'm trying to remember, is that it? Just 3? I feel like it's more than that. It's gotta be more than that, right? Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's go ahead and exit. We've already seen the replay. Not a problem. Single game play. What are we missing? Nurex Worm I have to do a video on. It's Bioweapon and Simian Flu. That's it. Wow, we only have 3 videos left to do. And I guess virus or bacteria? Which one did I not do? I didn't do a video on one of these. I guess I could if you guys really so desire. But yeah. Huh. Alright, well, leave a comment suggesting which one I should do next. And once all of those are done, I will move on to custom scenarios as you guys have been requesting. So, make sure you leave that comment, and I will get to it as quickly as I can. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with Plague Inc. Evolved. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. It really does help for search results on YouTube and making this channel grow. My name has been Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.